Oh, it's really good. We are live with the powerhouse, the prospecting machine, the ultimate influencer, coach, author, role model, the man of the man, my buddy Scott Hudspeth. What's up, my brother?
What's up, man? Dude, I don't know how you like. When I talk about, and I'm excited to have you on my show tomorrow, man. And I'm like, you guys think I have a lot of energy? Have you?
Scope, welcome. We're gonna have a lot of fun today. So
Yeah.
Scotty is a coach, leader, influencer. He works with a lot of loan officers, realtors, help them generate not little leads, a lot of leads. He's on the coach with mortgage and marketing animals, amazing group that I happen to know for many years. And Scotty and I, we talk. I know this guy for many years. I don't know how many years, bro. Like the first time the IFF was 2009, I think. 2009, 2010.
Yeah, it was a good day the day we met, man. It's been you've been very instrumental in my success throughout my career, man. I appreciate it more than you know.
I appreciate it.
If you guys haven't been to one of Roberto's events yet, I took my son for the second.
Oh yeah, that was so awesome.
My son, and man, if you guys haven't been to one of his events, you have to go. There's nothing like it. My son couldn't say enough about it. He still talks about it to this day, man. So
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. But today's about you. Now, Scott and I were, your buddies were always chatting, and he texted me. Recently he was traveling all over U.S. and I'm like, bro, we don't work anymore. He's like, no, I'm working from the road. And I'm like, okay, bro, tell me what kind of marketing strategy you're using right now, because there's one guy who knows how to use technology to generate business. This guy say, tell me the new gadget. He goes, the phone. And I'm like, I literally laughed, like, come on, bro, you're not using the phone. He goes, bro, I just got. I remember you said 17 appointments in a week. I'm like, okay, I gotta talk to you. So we haven't talked since. So I say, you know what? Let's do a live, because personally, we know so many people in coaches, real estate agents, loan officers, chiropractors who could use the phone to generate leads, but they don't. So I want to talk to a guy who does that all day long. So Scotty, welcome. So just give us a context. In a month, in average, how many calls do you do?
So I do on average about 170 calls a day.
7 or 17?
170.
No, I heard 170 calls.
150 to 170 calls a day. Typically, I try to go 5 days a week, but I tend to take some time off on Friday just to recharge my batteries, which I highly recommend because you need to recharge.
That's incredible.
So that's not how many people I talk to. I make 170, and I typically have about a 20-22% answer rate. So the people,
when you say answer rate, you talk about voicemail, you talk about picking up the phone.
I've actually talked to them. Yeah, talk to them. Yeah.
On the first call?
Well, so when I make out of the 170 calls that I make, I typically talk to about 20% in a day. So I'm talking to 35 to 50% or 35 to 50 people per day on having conversations.
That's incredible.
It's where the money's at. It's where the gas goes, man. It's where the gas goes. It's what's a business about, right, Roberto? Having conversations.
That's
if you're not having a conversation, if you're not selling, if you're not building relationships, if you're not deepening relationships, you're going backwards.
So are you saying that in this? No, this is mind blowing to me. That's why I want to have this conversation. We haven't talked before actually talking, so I have a lot of questions for you. So are you saying that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, in average, you make 170 calls? Yes. And you connect actually in that day to around 20% of the people you call?
Yes, sir.
That's incredible. That's incredible. In this era, we are recording this December 2020 with scams, with those calls that come from a different country, and people are afraid to even pick up the phone. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
How do you? So first of all, how do you deal with that? Because is it fair to say that how come your audience is picking up the phone?
Well, it's a good question, and it's I'll tell you what I did. It took me 3 months, Roberto. I want to back up just a little bit. So I've been doing this for a long time. I've been having, like we all have conversations per day.
Yeah.
So my number one thing is to help other people.
Yeah.
So when I go into these conversations, what's allowed me to be successful and not have like, oh, I'm going to get a bunch of no's and I want to talk about the no's, but I go into it with zero expectation of anything in return, which has helped me to make the amount of calls I make and talk to the amount of people that I talk to, because I just want to try to help put people in a better place, whether it's where they're at, or maybe they come with me, or maybe I have another recommendation for them. They make a tweak here, they make a tweak there. So I go into how do I help, and I'm specifically calling loan officers. I've called agents before as well. It doesn't really matter who you call. If you come from a position of strength and you come from, here's where I'm at, here's where I want to try to help you get to, and what's keeping you from getting there. And then you either help them where they're at, or maybe they can't get to where they want to get to, where they're at, and we have solved that solution and can put them in a better situation. So then they're open to a conversation with me. Does that make sense?
No, that's incredible. No, that's incredible, because I love what you said, that you remove the expectations and you go and you pick up the phone and you're calling to see if you can help. I just love that. Now, I remember growing when one of my first job in sales actually was a collection. I was selling collection services, not doing collection, but I was calling accounts to sell the service. And I remember my training was, hey, here's the phone, here's the CRM, and here's the yellow pages. That was the training. I'm like, dude, I was so uncomfortable with my accent. So what are some things that you work on, as far as so many people now they don't like to, they're afraid of the phone.
Yes.
Right? For the realtors, for the loan officers, if the assistant marketing coaches. So what are some tips that allows you to have confidence when you pick up the phone?
Well, so I'm gonna tie it to money. Okay, can I tie it to money?
Yeah. Everybody. So, yes.
I just got everybody's attention.
Yeah.
So think about it this way. Say if you make, and I'm just gonna use, say if you make 10 calls, okay? And 10 calls to get one appointment, and on that one appointment, that turns into, I don't know, like a chiropractor, it turns into 150. For us as mortgage professionals, we on average per deal make about $2,000 per transaction. Okay. So if I'm working with a loan officer and they have to make 10 conversations or 20, however many it is, to make 2,000, I don't look at it as I had 9 no's. Holy crap, I can't do this anymore. What I do is look at it as, okay, I had 9 no's, but number 10 was a yes. So each no was worth $200. You with me?
Yeah, for sure.
Seriously, I made 200 forever. So I go for the no's. When I text you and I said offers minus no's equals money.
Okay, let's. So he said this offer minus no's equals money. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
True. Carl and I just did a podcast on that, and we added up how much money if you literally spent an hour a day. If I can get anybody to spend an hour a day on the phone, and I use things like Phone Burner, which is an auto dialer.
So what is a phone burner? What is a phone burner?
Phone Burner is an automated system that you upload your database to, and it, instead of leaving, it'll actually drop a voicemail if you want. I don't actually leave voicemails. It will. So if you get a voicemail, you can say no contact, and then it automatically starts dialing the next person. So you don't have to continue to dial and dial. So it dials for you, and it'll drop a voicemail for you if you wish, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you can on a regular basis call around 40 to 50 people per hour, and then however many pick up is depending on how many people you call per hour. So that's why I say 40 to 50. Instead, if you try to dial 40 people per hour, you're just not going to get there. Where this one, as soon as I get voicemail, I hit no contact. It starts dialing the next one. No contact, dial, answer the phone, live answer, have a conversation, hit next. It starts dialing. So it literally just keeps going.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it keeps you focused, right?
So because it's fascinating. I'm having my mind is spinning here, because a lot of people, if you're a loan officer or a real estate agent, most likely heard about Scotty. But if you're not, maybe you're not. But this guy knows so much about technology and marketing. You know what I mean? And it was fascinating for me to know that you getting the phone, generating leads, and going straight, guy, to the shortest line. Because everybody, okay, what is the shortest? The shortest line to my outcome is the appointment. Right. Most people do this. Is the conversation. You know, a lot of the content marketing, email marketing, video marketing, schedule a call. We do all these things together. Fascinating. Couple questions. One, why you don't leave a voicemail?
So I've tried both, and so if you're gonna leave a voicemail, just a suggestion. Useful but incomplete. So we have a little fun with it, and we've tried this in the past, and it actually works. But I have more. So what I'll do is like, hey, Roberto. Hey, and obviously when you're leaving voicemails, you can't say their name. So it's like, hey, have some great news. Give me, and then you hang up. So that's your voicemail, right? So like, look, they're intrigued. They want to call you back. So I've tried that. I've tried leaving a voicemail, telling them who I am, what I want, why I want to have a conversation with them. I have better success out of curiosity. Who called me? So they call me back, and then I always treat that as a live call, right? Mm-hmm. So I say that I talk to 40, 50 people a day, but that doesn't count the people that call me back from the voicemails I don't leave. So I've tried both, and what I found is people are curious, and I'm talking B2B, you know? I'm talking B2B. So if you're a realtor calling a customer, it's going to be different, you know? Right. So B2B, I don't leave a voicemail. I get a better response of callbacks. Or sometimes they'll get a text saying, "Hey, I'm in a meeting. Can you text me?" And so I'll do my call to action on by text when I get somebody to text me back too as well.
So you do incorporate phone and text, okay?
Yeah.
You know that a lot of people in sales they use a CRM, customer relationship management, to get organized.
Yeah.
So when you're doing this phone burner, so then you don't use a CRM. You're not noting the accounts, right? Or you just note the account when you actually connect someone.
So we actually use Salesforce, and we've tied phone burner into Salesforce. So Salesforce tracks how long I'm on the call. It records all my calls, which I love. So other people can learn from it, or I can learn from it myself. So I can tweak it, and we're always different scripting, different time of the day, different time of the year, different situation going on in the world. So it allows you to just like always be learning, which is something you've taught me,
Oh, I love it. So all the calls, all the phone burners already inside CRM.
It's inside the CRM.
That's
so
amazing.
Every disposition I do. So there's dispositions that I do. Talk to them, had a conversation, not interested, no contact, bad phone number, gatekeeper. There's gatekeepers that answer phones for doctors and stuff like that. So we have dispositions so we can have somebody else go in and try to find a different number for that person to keep going.
That's amazing. Have you ever found? Have you ever worried about calling the same people twice?
Yeah, I've done that actually. One day the system messed up and the disposition wasn't working. Yeah, you know what though? Like, hey man, because I recognize the voice. I'm like, oh crap. And here's the thing: is it shows me how many times I called that person. So I'm like, oh crap. Hey man, I'm so sorry. My phone's stuck. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is, right?
And what is the success? And I know in your business when you call. So let's talk a little bit about your business, because you have loan officers and real estate agents looking at us. So why are you calling loan officers?
So because a lot of loan officers are they don't know what they don't know. Kind of like where I was 10 years ago, right? So one is, can I help put them in a better situation? Can I help them close more loans? I mean, right now, as you well know, as we sit here today, the rates are the best they've ever been in the history of mortgage, right? Yeah. So loan officers are doing more loans. They're doing record number. They're having the best months ever. But Roberto, as you know, this isn't going to last forever. Mm-hmm. It's not going to last. So the prediction is that 2021 is going to be like Groundhog's Day, going to be the same or similar. But 2022 is going to be half. And so if you're not, as a business owner, continuing to build and deepen and nourish those relationships, those realtor relationships, those past database relationships, you're just going to lose them because, so I'm trying to help put people in a better place to have, as you well know, you can't be everything to everybody. You can't be the doctor. Think about it. The last time you went to the doctor didn't answer the phone. The doctor didn't greet you at the counter. The doctor didn't walk you back. So you always have to be selling. Where a lot of people run into problems is they get caught up and they get the business. So we call it a roller coaster. They do all these things that they have to get the business. Once they get the business, they get to top of the roller coaster, and then they have to do all these things to take care of it. So we just said, well, why don't we farm out all the stuff that needs to be done to take care of it? As a doctor would say, nurses, all the people underneath him that take care of the patient. He comes in for 2 minutes and then he's out. So a lot of companies, believe it or not, Roberto, I don't understand. I've never understood this. Is our mortgage business. We're one of the very few that we're required as a loan officer to do everything. Everything, right? Babysit loans, call for updated documentation. Hey, did you get can you? And so it's just really weird how we try to, as our mortgage company is concerned, try to get people to stay on the sales floor and not have to stop and take care of loans and babysit stuff.
Yes. By the way, David Brown says, I say, what's up, Scotty, Bud, and Roberto? David Brown, what's up, Dave?
Awesome.
What's up? So a couple things. I have 2 specific questions. One is about what is the routine that you go through, the mental routine, because in sales, in communication, in influence, so much is about the headspace. Yes. Do you have a routine before you pick up the phone and call?
So it took me about 3 months to get to where I didn't have that little pit in my stomach when I get up to make the calls every morning. Mm-hmm. So it was, for me, it was the book that I read is called Unlock the Sales Game.
Unlock
the Sales Game by Roberto, by Harry Gopher. By Harry Gopher. Your name's right in front of he taught me early on, and this doesn't come easy, but he taught me early on, if you can go into a call with zero expectation of anything in return but to help them. And then so I started mentally playing that, like, hey man, I'm not looking to get anybody, I'm not looking to change anybody's life, I'm just looking to help them. And if I find out they have a pain that I have a solution for, then I'll make the call to action, right? Hey, are you open to a conversation with us? See what it might be, and maybe we can put you in a better situation, maybe we can't. So it took me about 3 months of doing these calls for I'm held accountable to 3.5 hours per day to make these calls. So when you go in 3.5 hours a day. Yeah. By the way, you do all those calls in 3.5 hours a day? Yes. 170.
So you do 150 calls in 3.5 hours?
Yes.
With the conversations?
No. So of the 150 to 170, I talked to 30 to 35.
No, I get it. But how long does it take between the talking?
Yeah, it's 3.5 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. So and it's not all at one time, right? I don't do.
No, I get it. I get it.
I'll do an hour. I'll take a break. I'll do an hour. Take a break. Hour. Take a break. Sometimes I'll go an hour and a half. But yeah. So
do you do the call sitting down, standing up? Do you have a headset?
I have a headset. The Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's a trucker headset. Believe it or not, it's a really cool noise canceling. It's what truckers use. It's called a Parrot.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Blue Parrot is what it's called. So I use a Blue Parrot headset. You love it. I can answer the phone just by pushing the button.
That's cool. What is the thing I'm so excited, by the way, if you guys are watching this, because we're going to learn something really cool here right now. Scotty, you were mentioning to me about websites that you can pull leads easily.
Yeah. You guys ready for this?
Yeah. What is that? Dude, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
All right. So no matter what business you're in, it's called D7 Lead Finder.
Okay. I want to see if I can find
the letter D, the number 7, and then Lead Finder.
Here we go. Lead Finder. Okay.
D7 Lead Finder. So what you do is you put in chiropractor, you put in dentist, you put in lawyers, like a lot of people are doing divorce, the divorce lawyers and stuff like that. Okay. You put in real estate agents, you put in loan officers, you put anything you want into the system, and it goes through and searches all kinds of social media sites to look for anything that has to do with that particular city. So you target a city, and then you target that profession.
So let's say I want Roberto Monaco here. I have a new class about virtual presentations, and I want to do workshops in every single real estate office. Okay. Yeah. So how do I go about? Go to
D7 Lead Finder, pull up real estate agents, and it'll put in whatever city you're in, and it'll pull however many, large or small list of real estate agents, and you either start picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'm doing a virtual workshop, would love to invite you, which I would do. Or you can, a lot of people hide behind emails. A lot of people hide behind text, which, it works, but it doesn't work as good as a phone call.
Yeah, no, I love it. So let's say I'm a loan officer. Okay. Yeah, Leo said great tip. Thanks, Leo. Appreciate that, Leo. So let's say what as far as the structure of the call, kind of like the sales call, presentation call.
Yeah.
What is some things that we should look for?
So one is, depending on if as a loan officer, if you're looking to build realtor relationships, we'll just focus on that for a second, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
So as a loan officer, your goal is to build realtor relationships. So to do that, you gotta, what is their pain? What is a real estate agent's pain? Buyers, sellers, follow up, call to action, and conversion, right? Four parts to a sale. There's 4 parts to a sale. So when you're calling an agent, like, how are you going to help them? Not do it for them, but how can you maybe put something in front of them that's going to help them with either more buyers or more sellers, help them with better conversion, help them with a call to action, or help them with a follow up. Like, you know, and maybe they're great at all 4, or maybe they need help at all 4. But every day, and I would recommend this, we do or every week, I should say. And you've done one of the classes with me, Agent Mastermind.
Yep.
Agent Mastermind's been a big part of my life for 9 years.
Which, by the way, there's a link below here. I put all the Scotty's links below here in the description of this video.
Yeah. So Agent Mastermind is a weekly training that we do for agents. We have anywhere from 200 to 400 agents on class. We've had as many as 1,400. And what we do is we literally go out and find what it is that's keeping agents from getting more buyers and more sellers. What's keeping them from putting an amazing follow-up system in place? What's keeping them from having a better conversion rate on the leads they have or referrals coming in? And then, as far as asking for the business, like, are they, our definition of a successful transaction, Roberto, is to have asked and received a referral during the time that we're working with the client. So
can you say that again? Can you say that again?
Yeah. So, like, for example, so if you've asked and received a referral during the time that you're working with the client.
Interesting.
So what we do is we go, are we creating a referable experience? And I have to thank my partner, Doug Catteray, for this. So
yeah, I love that. I love that.
Here, right? C period, A period, R period, E period. Creating a referable experience. If so, why would your client not refer you to their friends, family, and coworkers, or those that they care about the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're creating a referral experience and you get a moment of gratitude, we look for moments of gratitude. So when someone, Roberto, you say thank you, like, hey, you bet, man. Hey, who else do you know, friends, family, coworkers, or those people you care about the most, could also use my services? I would love to work with them too. It's as simple as somebody holding the door for you, and then you go, hey, thank you, and you hold it for them. It's always how it works. So when you say thank you, and if I don't use that opportunity as a real estate agent working with the buyer or seller, hey, thank you so much, Roberto, for showing me this house. You bet. Hey, who else do you know that's thinking about buying a home right now? Who else do you know that's thinking about selling a home and taking advantage of these amazing opportunities?
Oh, I love that. I love that. No, because usually salespeople, they're trained to ask in the end after the transaction, and you ask in the middle. Yes. I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
So get it during, make sure you're creating, like, be in the moment when you're with your clients, get those moments of gratitude, and make sure you're asking during the time that you're working with them. And after.
Do you rehearse your scripts when you go in?
So, it's funny you asked that. So I know you're going to probably be mad at me about
this. It's different. Speaking and it's different, man. It's different. So I'm just trying to do. I don't do 150 calls a day, so I'm trying to learn from you, brother.
So I practice my scripts on the calls. So when I'm making the calls, here's my script today, and so I get to a point where, hey, it'll change a little bit, or like, so I've got to a point where I pretty much use the same script every day. But
so let's say I want to put you in a spot here. I'm a loan officer. I work for Roberto Monaco Influencology Mortgage Company.
Cool, man. Awesome.
I just made up one. And I'm busy. All right?
So Hey, Roberto, man.
Hello?
Roberto, hey, is this Roberto? How you doing, man? You want some more loans? Or are you good, man? You doing all right?
Man, who is this?
This is Scott Hudspeth. I don't know if you know me, brother, but I'm partners with Carl White, and man, we built something really special. And man, I was just wondering if you had 15 minutes later this week or next. I'd love to share with you what we built and get to know you a little bit. You got 15 minutes?
Yeah, I can. What we're going to talk about?
We're just going to talk about where you're at, where you're looking to get to, and maybe I can help you, maybe I can't, maybe you got something good, but I just want to share with you what we're doing to help. We typically see loan officers double their business in the first 90 days, and man, I just want to share with you what we're doing.
double the business in the first 90 days.
Yeah. You want to know how?
Yeah. I'd love to have another call. Yes, I was waiting for the line. I was waiting for the line, man. Dude, how much do you feel fun plays into effective on the phone? Because a lot of phone is like it's grinding work while you're doing
grinding, man. It's grinding. Yeah.
There's no other way to reframe it. Right?
Yeah, it's funny because I do have fun with it. Some people don't like, obviously I get hung up on. I get, dude, I'm all set. Or like cut me off. Like it's okay. Like when you stop taking the emotional, when you take the emotional part out of it, going, I just got to know $200. Just got another note. And I get chills talking about it, right? So I'm like, dude, I'm at 10 no's. It's coming. I'm gonna get payday. So when you're calling, when you're calling like for a real estate agent, when you're I taught my son this after he went to your course. I said, dude, if you want to start in real estate, you got to start it with the hardest thing possible. He goes, what's that, Dad? I go, cold calling people that live in homes. Yeah. What? I go, yeah, dude, you're going to call people that live in homes to see if they're open to talking about selling their home. And you just every day grind it. I put him on a phone burner, and he just would call every day. And then right when COVID hit, he started to have some success, man. It was awesome.
Dude, that's incredible. What do you say? By the way, Abel Sain say, love this moodiness. Well done, brother. He loved how smooth you are. I love it. What's up, Abe, future Dr. Abe? Appreciate that. So I heard this from the new generation. I heard it for the new generation that it's almost like you don't cold call people. You text first, disrespectful. But hey, not from our generation, because I used to do cold calling too. I grew up, but what do you tell this new generation that it feels almost like disrespectful, pick up the phone and call someone cold?
Yeah, man, it's, I love that the new generation thinks that, because I know the most successful people are making calls still. And it's the hardest thing to do, Roberto. The hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing mentally. It's like you talk yourself out of it. You find 5 million other things to do before you do it. But I know for a fact that has put me where I'm at today, which is, uber successful. Yeah. And, I get people ask me, dude, I can't believe you're at a position in your life where you're still making calls. I'm like, are you making calls? Like, dude, like you never get to a point where making calls is not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Now you get to a point
that's such a good line.
Yeah.
That's such a good line.
If you get to a point where, okay, I don't need to make calls anymore, you still could make calls, but you have other people making calls for you. Mm-hmm. Right? You add to your team. So, man, I tell you, I love it that I'll say this, Roberto, I have no competition when it comes to calls. I don't know anybody that makes more calls than me.
No, that's why I want to do this live, because nobody talks about this anymore, and I know you're very successful. I know the impact, the income, the money, all the stuff that you're doing. A question, Leo Hefner, thanks so much for the engagement, Leo. He's asking you, do you use a dialer? And yes, it's called
phone burner.
Leo is phone burner.
Yeah, there's two. If you're a real estate agent, some people use mojosells.com.
Mojosells.com.
I use both. Yeah, I use that one too as well. So they're both. There's another one if you want to go really cheap. It's called Get Calley. Get Calley. So GETCALLEY.com. Okay. And it's one where you don't have to be at a computer. You can actually upload the list to your computer and then be walking around or doing whatever. I think it's about $20 a month, $30 a month. It's super inexpensive. Anything that's going to help you continue to stay in the phone call situation, like calling your past database. Today's Wednesday. We're doing this call. We teach loan officers on Wednesday. This is the day you call it. You get 13 hellos. And Roberto, we've equated 13 hellos per day to 1 transaction per day. Believe that or not? 13 hellos.
13 hellos is like a $2,000.
$2,000. 13 hellos turns into 1 transaction. We've proven it over and over as a group of hundreds of people. 13 per day.
We know what I find fascinating here. And by the way, what I love about you even actually inspired me to call for some. I have used do you know Dolphin Dialer? Leo saying Dolphin. No, thanks for sharing the resource, Leo.
Yeah, whatever dollar you use, man, it's like you can't like. It's writing a very, very, very small check to cash out really, really, really big checks. You know,
no, it's incredible. It's incredible. Like with all this crazy technology, right? From video streaming, texting, you know, and you try them all.
I've done them all, man.
No, I know you many years.
Yeah,
it's crazy,
dude. I bought your light, and remember I was at your event. You pulled out this thing for Facebook Live. And
yeah.
Send me the links. I gotta have, and it's in my box downstairs. You know, I don't use it. I spent $300.
You can do it. Now, do you no, it's I think Leo is CALLEY.
Yep.
EY.
Get Coley. Great. That's a great dollar.
That's fast. You provide so much value, brother. Today, I appreciate you, man. So, what is the best that people want to reach out to you? There's all the links here below on the description. Yeah. Do you want to say the best way to connect with you?
I think if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, if you're in the mortgage business, real estate business, if you're a realtor anywhere in the U.S., I can hook you up with loan officers. I have friends in every state from California to Maine. And dude, I'm in the business to try to help enough other people to achieve whatever they want as success. Not everybody wants to make $1 million. Maybe it's just the same amount of business and more loans. So if you just Google me on Facebook at Scott Hudspeth, I own the first page. I think I almost own the second page with different stuff. So you can definitely find me somewhere on social media. You can Google me or search me there. So anything I can do to help put you in a better situation to maybe hook you up with a relationship that eats, lives, and breathes what we do on a daily basis. It's just hanging around the right people, right, Roberto? That's why I hang around you, man.
I love it, brother. getcolly.com. Thank you, Leo. Appreciate that. Scotty, thanks so much, brother. So grateful for our friendship, but your inspiration. I want to start blocking some time and make some calls to get some gigs myself. So you inspire me today, brother.
I'll help you, man. Dude, I'll help you, man. I love you.
I love you, brother. Thanks so much. Appreciate my brother, Scotty. I call it Scotty. I appreciate that. Much love to you, brother. Wish you and your family an amazing holiday season. Hey, thanks, Leo. Thanks, everybody, for joining us live here today.
Thanks, guys.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.